Welcome back to another episode on the Crossbar channel. Back again for the African Cup of Nations match game 3. We had 4 games today. We have 4 more tomorrow and the remaining 4 the following day. So I'm going to do a quick review of today's matchups, then a preview of tomorrow's matchups and Wednesday's. Then we're going to dissect who's gone through, who's gone home, and who still has a chance between all the remaining nations. So without wasting any more time, let's go. Okay, and here we go. Let's jump right into it. We're going to go with Group A. Today we got Equatorial Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea-Bissau, and Nigeria. Of course, the big elephant in the room, no pun intended, for Ivory Coast, is Equatorial Guinea defeating Ivory Coast 4-0. Now, I've been telling everybody since the beginning of this competition, Equatorial Guinea is my dark horse. It was my dark horse coming out of the group. I thought they were going to upset one of the big ones, and they actually upset both of them as they finished top of the group. Nigeria defeated Guinea-Bissau and handled business, finishing up with 7 points, just like Equatorial Guinea. In Group A is as follows. Equatorial Guinea is first. Of course, Nigeria second. Both have 7 points, but goal differential. Ivory Coast is third. Guinea-Bissau is definitely gone for now. Ivory Coast still has a chance to go through on this group because, like I said, beginning when I was presenting the competition, this time the top 4 third team are going to go through. So the 4 best third are going to go through along with the first and second best team in each group. So Ivory Coast is not completely done, but it doesn't look as good though. They have 3 points and -3 on goal differential. But yet again, they're still not completely dead. In Group B, we had Cabo Verde and Egypt, and then Mozambique and Ghana. Mozambique pulled a heist. I'm not going to call it a heist because they kind of dominated Ghana. The Ghanaian, for some reason, looked a little bit satisfied when they were leading 2-0, and they kind of, I don't know if they put their foot down or they were forced to put their foot, or forced to play poorly by Mozambique. But Mozambique was on their neck the whole game, and I really appreciate Mozambique coming up and not just giving up after being down 2-0, and came back and rallied up and scored 2 goals at the end of the game. And Ghana, who thought they were all good to go, find themselves in huge trouble, even more trouble so than Ivory Coast. And Cabo Verde, the other sensation of the African Cup of Nations alongside with Equatorial Guinea, 2-2 with Egypt. Cabo Verde has been leading the group, dominating the group. I call it what it is. They have dominated this group. Who would have thought that Cabo Verde would dominate the group with Egypt and Ghana? And I don't want to hear the Egyptian talking about Mo Salah was not there. Well, Cabo Verde does not have a Mo Salah either. And they're finishing up the group strongly and finishing first. And Ghana, kind of in trouble. Ghana, I don't think they will go through though. They're in a way worse position than I think Ivory Coast is. Group B stands as follows. We have Cabo Verde with 7 points, Egypt 3, Ghana 2, Mozambique 2. I think Ghana is not going to make it. It will be a miracle if they can make it, but we'll see after we finish all the groups. Group C, we have Gambia against Cameroon, Guinea against Senegal, and Group D, Angola facing Burkina Faso, and Mauritania and Algeria. Now, Gambia was one of my dark horse coming into the competition. Kind of disappointing a little bit. They've let me down, but I'm gonna say I got 2 out of 2. 2 out of 3. But Gambia still has a chance to pull it. Now Cameroon, who seemingly is in huge trouble, only managed to have 1 point so far. Cameroon can secure and have their future in their hand by defeating Gambia. If Cameroon wins, they're gonna go through either as a second of the group or as one of the best third. They just need a win now. You can't really say they just need a win as if it was easy, but it's pretty simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. Cameroon needs a win to go through. A draw would not cut it. They will be in the same situation as Ghana, and they don't want it now. I think they're the superior team facing Gambia. Yet again, they were the superior team facing Guinea, and they were supposed to be equally as good as Senegal. But I'm going to put Cameroon favorite against Gambia. They have the experience. They have the personnel. There's no way Cameroon should lose to Gambia. Now, anything can happen against African Cup of Nations, especially this one. We've seen some unhappening thing happening, but Cameroon has to win. Gambia still my dark horse a little bit. If they defeat Cameroon and happen to go through as one of the top third, I will be right about my pick, but I don't think they can defeat Cameroon. Cameroon, there's no excuses. If they don't win that game, it's totally on them. And then Guinea and Senegal. Senegal is already showing to finish first. Them, if Guinea beat them, Guinea finish first. But for sure, Senegal is through. And if we check on their group, we're gonna see that in Group C, Senegal is first, 6 point. Guinea has 4 point. Cameroon 1 and Gambia 0. Again, that's what I was saying. Senegal is definitely going through. They can finish first with a draw. If they lose, they'll finish second, no problem. The big thing is here, Cameroon has to win in order to surpass Guinea. If Guinea lose to Senegal, Senegal might rest a bunch of players, so Guinea might have a chance to draw against Senegal if Senegal is resting a lot of players, knowing that they're already qualified. But Cameroon doesn't have to worry about it. All they have to worry about is win to finish first, to finish second, or one of the third best three. And in Group D, it's pretty straightforward. Angola is facing Burkina Faso. Both of them are 4 point each. A draw would secure both of them to go through. I really think both of them will go through anyway. Well, not, I guess anyways, because the way it's shaping, any team with 4 points pretty much guaranteed, unless everybody end up with 4 points as the best third. But Angola with the 4 point and Burkina Faso with the 4 point really have almost secured a spot. A draw and they'll be good to go. Now, Algeria and Mauritania is a complicated one for Algeria. Algeria has a good chance. They're going in favorite. I think they're going to defeat Mauritania, but I kind of slept on Mauritania since the beginning of the competition, so I'm going to keep sleeping on them. This is not a time for me to just switch my pick and start having faith with them, although they've shown some character. They've lost both of their match, but they've shown some character. Algeria has no business losing to Mauritania, especially since none of these two teams above them have lost against Mauritania. And Mauritania really coming into the competition with the house money. Nobody expected them to be not even here. Like I said, they qualified the last match day of qualification, and they've played a really good football, but it's way too open. They're not too organized in the back. And I think Algeria, with all the firepower, is one of the favorites of the competition. Although they only have 2 points for now, Algeria has to win. If they win, he will be finishing 5. This group is pretty much straightforward, really, as I think so. As I'm looking at Group D, all these three teams can literally end up with 5 points each if Angola, Burkina Faso draw and Algeria wins, and all three of them will be securing the path on the knockout stage. But in case Angola wins, they'll finish first. Burkina Faso, in case they win, they'll finish first. Algeria, all you have to worry about winning. If they win, they're good. On Wednesday, we have Group E, Namibia, Mali, South Africa, Tunisia. Group F, Tanzania, DR Congo, and Zambia is going to face Morocco. Now, Mali is going to go through. I'm pretty sure they're going to go through unless a miracle happens and Namibia defeat Mali. I don't see Namibia beating Mali, but again, anything can happen. Namibia with a draw can actually secure to go through. And even Mali, if they draw, Mali is good to go. And I think Namibia also going to be good to go because of the 4 points, as I mentioned. South Africa and Tunisia, on the other hand, Tunisia has been disappointing. One of the favorite teams that have disappointed so far. Only 1 point as we speak. Now, I'm not sure who's going to win between these two. South Africa is coming in on a big win, but it was against a Namibian team that was also depleted, and it was really just overwhelming. But the 4 goal they score bumped South Africa really good as far as the goal differential. In Group E, stands as follows. Mali is first, South Africa second, Namibia third, Tunisia is dead last. Mali, pretty much sure to go through. A draw would definitely secure it. A win will make sure they finish first. South Africa is going to face Tunisia. So these two, that's the big deal. If Tunisia defeats South Africa, they're good to go. They're going to finish at least in the top 3 or in the finishing first, depending on Namibia and Mali. And then the other one, Group F, Tanzania, DR Congo, Zambia, and Morocco. Morocco, I think they're going to go through, really. I was disappointed in the second game. They came in the competition just like Senegal. I thought they were one of the two favorites. Senegal confirmed their form. Morocco struggled against DR Congo. I did not see that coming. I thought they were going to defeat DR Congo just because they're the better team. But honestly, against Zambia, Zambia has been iffy. But they have 2 points, so anything can happen. We've seen it. Would it be a big shocker if Zambia can knock out Morocco? But I think even if they lose, Morocco will go through because they have 4 points. DR Congo, Tanzania is the match to watch. I'm not going to be surprised. Now, Tanzania is dead last right now with 1 point, but I won't be surprised if Tanzania get a point out of DR Congo because DR Congo, they played well against Morocco, but only at the end of the game. Majority of the game, they were kind of spectator on their own game. They only rallied at the end and they managed to get a point, which is great. But if they keep doing that, they're not going to go far in this competition. You have to play from start to finish. You can't just pick your moment to, put your foot on the gas. But yeah, that group stands as follow. Morocco is first, DR Congo second, Zambia third, Tanzania dead last. So that's all the matchup for the match game 3. Let me know in the comment below who's your favorite team. Who do you think is going to be shocked in the last remaining 8 games? Who's going to go home? And I'll see you guys on the next one.